Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video. So today we are playing Eternal Hero. I know I haven't been making a lot of videos lately, been busy with life, the usual grind, but when I do have time, there's two games I'm playing right now. One is Monster Hunter Now, that's kind of my outside game, so I'm running around doing that. And then we have got Eternal Hero, my inside game. I'm in the house, I'm chilling. I don't remember how I discovered it. Maybe it was an ad on something else, but been having a ton of fun with it. And so today we're showcasing the pistol. This is not some sort of optimized build video. I just slapped this thing on because I'm leveling it for the masteries. So I'm going to go over, do a couple alters in World 4 and just kind of give you a sneak peek at it. I would say pistol's not my favorite, although it might be yours. So I want to show it. I think what it really is I just got spoiled by bow. The bow is the weapon you start out with, and I kind of went to melee and came back to it, but it is the most chill weapon, pun intended. It's got freezing arrow, so you can freeze monsters coming at you. It's got great range, good for AoE, farming, chilling. You got wolves, dogs. Yeah, so I'll save all that for a bow video. But we leveled up. I enjoyed bow so much that it got to the max level on bow. So the mastery, which I'll show in a little bit, was maxed out. And so I figured I might as well go grind out all the other masteries. And so that's what we're doing. So if you go over here to masteries up top, there we go. You can see I maxed out bow. We'll come back to it. Bow is fun. I don't have all the pages for bow, and I don't have all the pages for a bunch of stuff, but we're working on that too. But so we went over to pistols because pistols gives crit damage. Everybody loves and needs crit damage. And all my armor has been switched to ranged. So I'm going to do all the ranged weapons and then eventually make my way back through the melee weapons. So this will be my pistols video. Like I said, this is not an optimized build video. I just kind of slapped on all the damage skills. And again, I don't have any mastery points in this. I'm just going to keep it at 60 plus the 4 that you get from doing the map. And as far as gear, I've got some stuff slapped on here. I do have steroids on, which is a trinket that gives you extra experience, just because I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can. And what else? What other nonsense do I have? I'm showcasing the S pistol and the pistol pet. What is his name? It's the bird, Squawk. So you will be able to get to see that. Also, like I said, with freezing arrow on bow, I was very rarely ever worried about getting killed. But here, I finally got to World 4, so I'm in higher content. And pistol's not as defensive, not as great versus AoE and clearing trash. So I threw the Heartroot Pendant on, which has been helpful. You know, you don't want to go AFK and then wake up dead and waste a whole night worth of experience grinding. So we're at like 214 on the mastery level. And I'm hoping that I can speed run and get that done in a couple days. Maybe I could do 2 weapons a week, something like that. So anyways, we're going to get through. I'm trying to clear out so I can get this node here. And we've been leveling the hell out of our professions. I'm trying to get everything up to Grandmaster. I'll probably talk about that a little bit separate in another day. This is like the worst spot to be to try to get this. Almost there. So anyways, yeah, so we're going to make our way up to the Soul Gem altar. I've been enjoying that one. I think the Beast Soul altar is probably the one I should be doing, but maybe I'll do that in another video. Soul Gem altar is easier, the terrain's easier, you can get caught on stuff, the monsters aren't as bad. Although now that I have the Heartroot Pendant on for defense, which I'll probably show that in a second. But basically there's 3 necklaces, and I'm rocking the Heartroot Pendant. Gives you some defense, resilience, gives you resistance to the special effects that come with, what is it, heroic rifts and with the altars. But just the defense in general, just helpful in case you catch a stray. But we're getting where we're going. Just clearing through all this. Pistol's known to be more like a single target. It's got some abilities that go off if you're fighting a boss. I think it gives you like extra burn or something like that. So maybe it's more intended for single target, which is probably why I'm not exactly loving it, since I'm doing kind of AoE trash clear here. But This is the Soul Gem altar. So in World 4, you eventually unlock this after you do Glaceron. And then you got a bunch of other altars there. I almost walked right into the shade. And my frames are dropping a little bit, probably just because I am filming. And I think we also have max particle effects on as well. So this is a pretty demanding game. You see the frames going down a little bit there. Pretty demanding game as far as hardware. Maybe it's not optimized, I don't know. I'm still on the Samsung S23 Ultra. And so maybe it's time to upgrade the phone. But that's a pretty top-end phone. I know it's a couple years old now. But we're just getting through. It almost feels like playing running back here. We just had the Super Bowl, and what I liked about the Seahawks running back is that he would wait and then pick a hole and go for it instead of just running up the back of somebody's jersey. And so, since I'm more squishy on pistol than bow, I really have to pick my shots. With bow, I could kind of just walk through almost anything. Maybe the pets were taking hits or something, I don't know. So there you go. We're going to run through that probably 2 more times. I always like to run off, clear a couple things while the altar resets. I'm wondering if I can get my... what is it? If I can get my prospecting up today as well. So that's probably enough time. Let's see what our thing's at prospecting. What's after expert? Is it Grandmaster? Because I see we're 40,000 and Grandmaster 75,000. There might be something in between. There's probably somewhere I could look and see that, but we'll get there when we get there. When I get up to Grandmaster, I can get the red nodes, so if you see me leaving those behind, I can't pick them up yet. And I learned from chat that you can refill your labor points. I did not know that. So that will hopefully speed things along. I just burn all my gems on doing like extra runs of the daily stuff. Make sure you join the Discord. I did win one of those giveaways, so I got a week of the Heroic Season Pass or something like that. So that was pretty cool. I should probably talk more about pistol in this, but I basically went through the mastery tree and just picked all the damaging skills. Again, I could have 10 more points if I put some pages into this, but I'm not going to do that because I'm only going to be on pistol for 2 more days. But so you get laser beams that come down, you get a ship, like a pirate ship that comes out of nowhere and flies on through. There he goes. There's some tentacles. Hey, 215. There's some tentacles that come up and smack stuff. That one's actually easier to see if I have particle effects lower, but a lot of times when the particle effects are down, you can't see all of the enemy's attacks coming at you, so who knows. I might actually bring particle effects down just to see how it does in the video. I can actually feel my phone getting a little bit warmer in my hand. And so we're going to do that one more time, and then that will wrap what we're trying to do here today. Also, the video recording button is kind of where the options are. So that was full particle effects. Let's go to half particle effects. It's probably ready. Sometimes these guys get stuck over here, but if I get too close, they'll kill me. So let's not do that. The only defensive thing I have is what hit me is the Heartroot Pendant. Again, I was pretty stubborn, and a lot of people tell you when leveling, just run Heartroot Pendant and make your life easier, and that probably is the way to go. I did Scythe until Warglaives came out. Then I messed with Warglaives for a little bit, and then I went to Bow. I do plan ultimately on going back to Warglaives, but I think they're going to really, really shine in Endgame when I have a lot more Ascendancy points, or Ascension, whatever it's called, and my gear is better. Plus, and they were good on their own, but as far as like that, top tier, to make it really worth putting in the extra effort, because with Warglaives you got to move around, you got to put a lot more effort. With Bow, you can go try hard, or you can just completely chill. And just based on how busy my weeks have been, I'm looking more at chilling. But we're gonna grind all the masteries, and then we'll see if World 5 is out yet, and if we want to change gears on that. But I did enjoy Scythe too. I think that Scythe is probably gonna be best. People tell me Scythe is best for late game as well, but everything's best at late game. Let me go see where the other altars. I actually have enough juice loaded up. So there's an altar there that is, yeah, let's go over there. If you haven't seen World 4, you're going to see some of the end map anyways. Maybe that's cool. Basically, you kill Glaceron, then you got a bunch of little quests. Clear out the rest of the map. Glaceron is such a damage checkpoint that the same day I was able to finally kill him, I was able to clear the next 2 bosses without too much trouble, honestly. And the other part of that is I probably did slack a bit. Oh, I don't have this loaded up at all, so I guess you'll see that alter sometime. But I did slack a little bit. I waited until I had 100,000 hero points, which is how they kind of rank the strength of your gear. Again, a bunch of busy weeks and whatnot, and I want to wait on a couple things to upgrade. But that was a decent fight, and I also I did them on bow, and I used the Alpha Pet, which apparently is Gimp. But they need to buff Alpha Pet. I got high hopes for Alpha Pet. I think World 5 is going to fix that. So we're making our way over to the last altar. I'm going to speed run through this a little bit. Again, I can't get the red prospecting nodes just yet. Maybe by the end of today we will. Well, the other thing that was cool about Bow is that if I run through and I'm tagging all this stuff, Bow uses poison. And so if I hit anything once, it was going to die. Whereas here, I think Pistol uses burn, or maybe burn only applies to single target bosses. But you could just tag them and just walk off. You might miss some of the drop loot, but there we go. There's my pirate ship. I think the pet gives me the pirate ship. Some people might wonder, why did I level up the Alpha Pet on Bow? Oh, almost fell to my death. Why did I level up the Alpha Pet for Bow first before the other gear? Because there's an order of what items you want to level up first. Because I just wanted to see all the different abilities, man. You want to unlock the different abilities. Okay, I'm probably going to die to this. Let me drop down particle effects. Actually, I won't do it all the way. I'll just do it right there. That way you can see the tentacles. But if I do too many particle effects down, I'm probably going to die, although I'm probably going to die in this anyways. A lot of these guys drop lava, and you got the laser beams, and you got the shade that's chasing me now. But it's really, when you kill these guys, they turn into acid. And then they're just nowhere to stand. So try that purple. Ooh! See, if I didn't have the heart root pendant on, that purple that I walked in for a millisecond would have killed me. But I'm getting backed up. We got the poop smoke greens coming through, and the purple got me. I should have went south. Let's get back at it. One thing that's nice about the game is that if you die, there's no real penalty. Let me get off that. Let me go over here. I am wasting time. Ooh, almost walked right into it. Wasting time on my shrine. So this is the altar I played the least, so I'm just least familiar of the terrain as well. You kind of get a route that you want to run. And maybe you have to do this shrine without dying to be able to get a beast soul. I don't know how that works. Because we did all that. Yeah, I did die, but we did all that. And do I get a beast soul or what? How does it work? Maybe you have to kill a higher threshold or something. I don't know. My gear's pretty weak to be trying to do this. But I am super close to loading it up one more time. So let's try one more time, see if I can run through this without actually dying. I think it's the 3rd time of me doing this one. And like I said, I do have steroids on for XP, so the build could be a whole lot stronger without it. And I think I have enough stats that I can almost take that off by now. And then we're also rocking Clover for whatever reason. So definitely not optimized build. My gems are weak, but we're working on prospecting and getting buildings up too. I should be chopping wood right now because I've got a couple buildings that aren't cooking. But I'm so close to finishing prospecting for the level up that I'm just going to do that. Keep the buildings cooking. We unlocked 2 new buildings when we got over to World 4, or when we pass Glaceron. How much more do we need? I think that's enough. It's almost hard to see those little blue lines coming through. I'm also sitting weird with, I got some light phone glare, so maybe we can find a better route. I think if I go south, it's pretty tight. If I needed to, I guess I could jump off into space, float for a second, and come back. Frames are dropping a little bit. Phone's getting a little warm in the hand. Maybe I can't see the tentacles without the particles all the way down. But I don't want to walk into some slime that I'm not going to see. Demon slime. Ooh, this is tight. I'm going to die. Woo! Heartroot pendant. I was trying to walk on some of those hearts, but the phone's getting hot. And it is not being super responsive to my taps. Are we going to be okay? 5 seconds. Oh, I got the broom instead of getting the panda. Ooh, get out of the purple. Okay, so we got a beast soul. So I guess if you stay alive, you get a beast soul, or maybe there's some sort of criteria on how much you have to kill to get a beast soul. But this is the altar. If that's the case, this is the altar I should be doing. I don't know how many... I guess you could look back in the video, but I don't know how many soul gems I was getting from the other one. I was mentioning I did get the broom from this past panda event. I chose to go broom over panda, so it'll give me more movement speed. Because with all the running and gathering you do in the game, it's pretty good. Plus, I don't have any professions leveled up high enough that the panda will have effect. But I'm sure eventually I'll have to go back and get the panda too, and that's going to hurt. But alright, as always, appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. It'll probably be when I get on another weapon, or maybe I'll just do like a day in the life and kind of explain what the dailies are like more. But at least the bird's cool. He's doing cool things. Look at that. Look at that. As always, appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next video.